When did you first meet Joe?
I met Joe when I met Crime.
Oh, so around the same time then.
Because it goes a story from Crime. Me and Crime, that's when we got into business. Yeah, when I met Crime, that's when we started doing business. And that's when I got with Joe. This is when it was all family, man. Everything
So
was...
you were really tight with Joe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I used to, you know what I mean? I hung out with him. Broke,
You made some money.
Yeah.
Say less. Yep. Okay.
That's how I started. Yep.
So what was your first impression of Joe?
He was a real dude. You know what I mean? See, it's crazy. The side I lived on, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's the Puerto Rican side of Forest Projects. Joe, they had their part, but it was also, that was the Moyo side, the blacks. There was the other side, African Americans. So it's like, it was Joe, he never came around really. Sometimes he'd pop up, he'd come out on a Friday, you know what I mean? He'd pop through. He was never really on the block like that, but he'd come through with his MVP. I mean, I always respect him. Yeah, I mean, they used to go at it sometimes with the other, African Americans in the blocks. It was just a territory thing, man. It ain't no different from jail how people for colors go, because you have blacks over there and Puerto Ricans over there, and they still was going at it with each other. So,
right.
Yeah.
So through your dealings with Joe, were they always like positive?
Yeah.
So you never had any issues with Joe or anything like that? It wasn't until later on when the situation with Cuban and everything where it changed your perspective of him?
Oh, yeah, of course. My perspective wasn't just because of Cuban. I mean, I'm a grown man. I look at it not just people on my own. I can see what he's about. But yeah, I mean, Cuban's my nigga. So, yeah, excuse me with that word again. Cuban's my G. So at the end of the day, to them, they're like, okay, Nonstop is with them. He's going to get it to whatever they think or whatever they say. And that's how it was. Yep. And that's how it is. Okay?
Can you talk a little bit about like the positive times that you had with Joe though? Like was it really like close or was it just business?
Nah, it was just business. It wasn't no close. It wasn't business. It was no.
Kind of like a little respect there.
Yeah, it was just respect. And that was it. I see him, yo, whatever, give me love. And business. Like, he'll be around, we there. I'm there. I mean, and no, but the rest of other people in Terror Squad, it was like I hung with them. We hung with them because they was in the block. You feel me? Right. Joe times go when he comes to the hood, everybody he shows love. Sometimes he'll come with mad 6-packs and everything was good. He'll come just throw shit in the hood, but out there we was getting money too. So at the same time, we had that locked down 166 and 10. Yeah.
Cuban will say like Joe is pussy or whatever, right? But from your perspective of what you witnessed, did his reputation really live up to the way that Joe puts it out? Like that he was like this big boss and like he was like that dude for real?
I mean, I can't even say that because to be honest, in my eyes, I only see that man for what I know who was. And I've seen him get in and out of his MVP, talk to us and keep it moving. So I can't say if he is or not, because I did see him have a fight with one person, and no, it wasn't even him. No, I'm lying. It wasn't even fucking Fat Joe. It was Lil Heck. He had a fight with Troy, but it was some shit. I know Fat Joe had came that day. He came because after the fight, he came that day. But I mean, I can't elaborate on how Cuban feel, and I can't say it because I got my personal feelings. I don't got nothing personal towards him. Like, I want to go at it with him or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going to support my G, though. If I'm there, like, we in fucking Winter Haven Hotel, they pull up. We're going to do what we do. 1 against 10 to the end.
Right.
The end to the end, you feel me? And that's the story.
But from your perspective, he was respected in the hood, though.
Yeah, he was respected in the hood, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it was respected in the hood, especially Brook Ave all over the Bronx.
But would you say that the way that he tells his stories, it comes across as a little exaggerating?
Yes, it does. Of course. Of course.
All right, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Nah. I'm giving him his props, but 25% of what I've seen, and 75% of what I don't know. So a lot of it, I can't judge it because I wasn't in that world with him.
Right.
Like the big time world. I mean, Joe always, that's one thing. When I see with my eyes, the dude always been going up. You understand? When I seen him with Lord Finesse, I mean, I held the banner when he first came out with Flo Joe. It was me and Italian Joe. We held the banner running in the Puerto Rican parade. So, that's when he came out with Flo Joe. Yeah, the Flo Joe. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, we was deep. We met up that morning for our projects on the corner. Yo, son, we took the train that day. And ain't nobody get locked up that day, though.
Wow, so you knew Joe before even Flo Joe, right? Like,
we was playing baseball. That's way before Flo Joe is when I was doing businesses.
Got you.
And he showed me some things. You know what I'm saying? He showed me some things. So I knew him, but hanging out, like, after a work day, it's not like he'll say, yo, Nonstop, come hang out with no. And he never called me Nonstop. He called me Mike. You know what I mean? He'll call me Mike. But everybody else call me Nonstop, things like that. But everybody else, Terry G. Kill, Ken Do, Chris, people like that, Legs. I can't forget about Legs. And he was another, black guy, tall, funny dude, real terror squad, Fat Pito and all that. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that hang in. Those are original terror squads. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So can you tell us about the vibe of the Bronx at the time that Flo Joe came out? Like, what was the response, bro?
When that shit came out, man, it was going fucking bananas, yo. I mean, that day. Hey, I remember that day clearly because after Puerto Rican Day Parade, son, it's like when we threw parties, son, we partied the whole weekend, man. We used to throw house parties Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man, in the projects. Had parties every day. When that shit came out that day, Joe had, I'm trying to think, man, exactly, because at the nighttime, it was some club shit we all went to. But that day was sick, bro. When that Flo Joe shit came out, it was fire because it was like, I don't know who wrote it, whatever, but it was a nice picture. It was a good look for, Hispanics and Boricuas and all that. And I was part, I was holding with the hearts and that shit was dope, yep.
Wait, what do you mean you don't know who wrote it?
Like the song.
You don't think Joe wrote that song?
Hell no, son.
Why do you say that?
Nah, I ain't right that.
Why do you say that? You don't think that he wrote it though?
Ain't right. If he wrote it, man, then no, they ain't right. He wrote that. Like,
I spoke to King Son, and King Son said he wrote it.
I know King Son wrote it. I met King Son one time because he came to the block, 166 and 10, and he ain't gonna remember me probably because I was a little shorty growing up. I mean, that's when I'm doing my thing with Joe, but I know he ain't wrote that. He probably wrote this shit is real too. I know he didn't write that. King Son probably wrote that too.
Well, King Son said he wrote probably like about 90% of that album is what he says.
So all the albums, he wrote them all. King Son wrote all his albums. That track, that shit is real. Yo, tell mama to that, like that track. They was dope though. Cause I used to pump that shit, in the boombox, the yellow fun.
That's Cuban's favorite Joe song.
I bet it is. But yeah, King Son, I know he didn't write it, but I know King Son had a lot to do with it because he used to be in the block.
Okay, well, before we get to that though, right? Were you in the music video for Flo Joe?
No.
Why not?
I was on the other side, man. I was in Littleville the day they sent that.
Okay.
I was there when they shot it. But, mad. We had opportunities. I just didn't want to be in it, yep. I did not want to be in it because you had the original, that's now, you look at that video and you look at the other video, this shit is real that he did. That's the original Terror Squad right there, bro. I didn't even be in that video. I didn't want Cubans. I didn't even get in Cubans. I have opportunities. Cubans told me all the time. He asked me all this. It's just something about it. You know what I mean?